So I'm back with another poem. The poem is actually a part of my testimony, so it's very personal and important to me, but I thought that I would share it with you all. So the poem is called The Getaway. I can remember it like it was yesterday. A memory that's so vivid, but yet my mind wanted to pass away and never ever revisit that day. But I can honestly say I've conquered it. As a high school student, so vibrant, a cheerleader, so full of life, I would walk to the bus stop every day, but most days it was dark as if it was still night. But I had no idea that one day this walk would change my life. My mother would watch me from her bedroom window and then from the kitchen window as I would cross the street. But in between those two windows is where me and my attempted kidnapper would meet. As I walked, I seen him jump out of his truck and open up his back passenger seat. And so quickly he turns toward me. Our eyes meet. And I realize that this is going to be my only opportunity to flee because he opened up the back door to make it easy to put me inside. In this one very moment, I realized that from my fear, he was going to try to deprive me. So before I knew it, I had dropped everything that was in my hands and on my back, and I ran with fear in my heart, just thinking, please, Lord, help me. And I ran towards my house, and as I ran, I got one scream for help out of my mouth. And before I knew it, I was at my front door, and then I was on the floor because I had tried to open up the door to run in, and my mother was running out. She had obviously heard my silent shout, and she chased the truck down the street. And as I lay there, I could hear the tires from his truck screech. And I laid on the floor with tears in my eyes. And even though he didn't get me, a piece of my freedom had just died. So, of course, we called the police immediately, but it was nothing he could do or say to comfort me. So, after that day, I was always so afraid, and I thought he was coming back to catch or snatch what had got away that day. And every time I was home alone, I was filled with fear. And every time I would drive, I would always be looking in my rear view mirrors, just as paranoid as can be, not realizing what this one experience had really done to me. No counseling could cure me. I was overcome by the spirit of fear. No person could help me. Only God could give me peace. So, a little over a year ago, when I truly gave God my life, He told me that this one thing I had to let go because He did not give me the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And I had held on to this spirit for such a very long time, too many years. But as my pastor told me that Revelations 22:8 says that the first in the lake of fire will be the fearful and unbelieving. The fearful, that was me. And I realized that the reason that all of this took place is it was an attack of the enemy, and he had secretly planted this trap for me, but not realizing grace had been covering me, and now it will work out for my good as a testimony. So that I could tell every person that fear is not a part of our destiny. And yes, I got away. And for that, I thank God every day. And I continue to pray on the behalf of all the getaways that fear will not reside in their heart. And I speak up to tell them that in order to recover, you must give it to God. That's the best place to start. I am a getaway.